The ICC Cricket World Cup 2023 will kick off with a repeat of last time's final, and that final is something we'll remember for generations. Will always be one of the best sporting events ever. That game had everything: emotions, heroism, controversies. Wow, that was some night, man. Now we are kicking off this year's tournament with a repeat of that final between England and New Zealand. It all starts tomorrow. You don't know what's going to happen in the future. That's the same with stock markets or be it any sporting event. You will go through all these things, you'll make predictions, but what future holds in itself is so beautiful. You cannot perfectly script what's going to happen in the future. No one can. So some predictions are really funny, but we'll get there. But the thing is, I made videos about the last two teams because I made 3 videos which are already posted. Favorites: 1 India, B Pakistan and England. But the rest, the 2 teams which I think have a realistic chance before the tournament starts, I mean, without looking at how well they are gelling up and the other factors taken into consideration, just the team on paper, the 4th and 5th teams I believe are Australia and South Africa. I made the video, unfortunately I haven't edited that yet. Let me see. But this I thought takes priority because the last warm-up match for India, which didn't happen, it was washed out, was scheduled to be played at Thiruvananthapuram, my hometown. That's also the hometown of Sanju Samson. So when Team India was practicing, behind them in a wall there was this poster, or was it a graffiti kind of a thing? Face was painted of Sanju Samson, and he put that photo in his social media, and that has become a talking point. So this is an open letter to Sanju Samson. Being part of a radio industry and media personality, I have means by which I can directly send this video, let's say the open letter, directly to Sanju. I don't want to do that, but let's hope that you guys share this video enough so that it reaches Sanju Samson eventually. And this is a free country. It's a free flowing thought. You can take it or leave it, but I really want to talk about this. But let me just formally put this across. Sanju Samson is truly a generational talent. The skill this individual has is absolutely lip smacking. He is just one of a kind. But why was he not able to cement his place in the Indian side? There will be a lot of factors. There could be politics, there could be favoritisms, and there could also be analytics. They're looking at the numbers and some impactful, great, out of the blue, a match which team has lost and maybe he has single-handedly taken. There are a lot of factors like that. One thing I really want to tell Sanju Samson: put a big price on your wicket, mate, because like I said, not many can match your skill, not many can match your talent, and very few in the world can match your hitting capacity, which is raw, which is natural, which is fantastic. So what you have to do, let's say if you're playing a T20, there should be a minimum of 40. And if you're playing a one-day game, a minimum of 60 runs or so, 50, fair enough, half century. I'll give you an example. Let me tell you a story of, let's say it's a race and you are given a Ferrari's racing car. The idea is to finish. And you have this great car which can go crazy, it's fast. And you take the car out and you're going so crazy, you're going so fast. Maybe the conditions, there will be a boulder you can't see in a blind spot, or the road may be wet and you skid and you crash. That's what's happening. So take a few laps, get the feel of the track. And once you get the feel of the track, drive your supercar, the Ferrari F1 car, in the track like you're driving a regular small sedan on the busy streets of your city. Be careful in the initial few laps. Once you get the hang of it, then you have the supercar with you. You have this racing car which is crazy, and you can accelerate and finish like no one can touch you. That is something Sanju has to do. He will have to, for example, if he's playing a T20 game, get to 40 runs. Or if you're playing a one-day game, get to 60 runs. That's kind of like a minimum. And if you're putting that price on your wicket, just play ground shots till then. If you're doing that, I'm sure 3 out of 5 times you will reach that target. And from there, you can just take your other blade out and just go whack. That's gonna elevate your game, man, like no other. That's if you're putting a price on your wicket, you will be untouchable. The person who will be selecting a score, or there will be, like I said, different factors. They won't be able to ignore you if you are scoring 1,000 runs in an IPL season and the second best is like 500, 600, 700. Doesn't matter. You're scoring 1,000. 1,000 isn't enough. Like once, I think Chris Gale said this to KL Rahul. Score 1,500. I mean, put up numbers which are crazy, which no one can match. And Sanju, you're capable of doing that. That's the thing. That's why your fans love you. Because you're capable of greatness. And we can still get started. But it's a racing car example. You can't just take your car on the fast track in the first lap, go make a few lap records in the initial stages and then crash out. Take it slow. And you taking it slow will not be that slow, You have this good car, good engine with you. So you will obviously be going at a rate which will be faster than 100, the strike rate. But once you reach that mark, let's say 40 in T20s or let's say 60 in ODIs, and then if you're going to just light the stadium on fire, that's gonna be great. Now, before we got into the meat of this video, I talked about, towards end of the video, I will talk about a wise man. The wise man's name is Mahendra Singh Dhoni. So, Ravichandran Ashwin has this YouTube channel, and in the last few days, there's this beautiful series where he has this conversation with Harsha Bhogle, and in one of the episodes, Ashwin reveals about the conversation that he has with MS Dhoni, where MS Dhoni said, I can hit every ball to the boundary. I can smack every ball, but I control that urge. I keep that to the minimum and make sure I am just putting in small blocks, because I know I can hit every ball to the boundary or beyond that, but I hold myself. I just control my urge. This is not what I am saying, brother. This is what Mahendra Singh Dhoni has perfected. And if you can just, control that urge of going berserk in the initial stages, play ground strokes. Your ground strokes are beautiful. Do that, get to the minimum and then fire up. You will be unstoppable. Now, to the Sanju fans, this was an open letter to Sanju Samson and to Sanju Samson fans, including me. If you think that, what happened to Sanju was not fair, he should have been part of the squad at least, and that was the conversation that's happening. Let me give you another name, or from a neutral standpoint. Yeah, you can argue Sanju Samson's case, but what happened with Shikhar Dhawan? It's not fair. The way the team management or the selectors or whoever, they treated Shikhar Dhawan, not fair. He deserved to be in this squad. I mean, you'll be asking in place of who, it doesn't matter. The way Shikhar Dhawan was treated is not fair. Period.